This little guy may be one of the cutest puppies ever, and wait until you hear what he will be trained to do.
I get a puppy every 18 months. That's amazing, isn't it? Go get it.
We are inside the new Irving facility training assistance dogs and finding out how you can get a little guy like this one in your home.
The University of Dallas is one of the finest academic institutions in Texas. We're now starting to look like it.
And it has changed the skyline for the city of Irving.
A record-setting financial gift leads to the first new building in decades at the University of Dallas. Get a look at some of the features.
Pickleball, what's pickleball?
Are you ready to play pickleball? These athletes are. Find out why they say it's the perfect sport for them. Plus highlights from State of the City, how you can learn to help in an emergency, and what Dallas County is saying about the Zika virus. This is City Source. A mayor who led Irving in a time of rapid growth has died. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. Robert Power served as mayor from 1967 until 1971. During his time with the city, the Dallas Cowboys moved to Irving. Texas Stadium was built, State Highway 183 expanded, DFW Regional Airport developed and later became DFW International. Power worked closely with then City Councilman Dan Matkin, who succeeded him as mayor.
Tremendous leader. In the days of when we were working with developing Texas Stadium and the Murchisons, Bob certainly was the leader in that function, and it turned out to be a real win-win for both the Cowboys and the city of Irving.
I cannot tell you what Bob meant to our family. He was a true gentleman, just significant in the amount of time that he spent with Jackie and our family, from bringing water to Bear Creek, annexing Bear Creek to the city of Irving. He played a pivotal role in bringing Bear Creek into the fold of the city of Irving.
Jackie Townsend is a shining example of how a reasonable person can achieve and be elected to public office.
Actually, I got to work with him when I was 17 years old on trying to get liquor by the drink passed in the city of Irving. I wasn't old enough to vote, but I was old enough to work on the election. Bob Power, to say that he was a contributor is not giving him justice. He's an Irving icon.
Cooper's Reservoir is one of the most significant things that happened during Bob Power's term as mayor. There were just many things that he touched that made Irving better.
Helped a lot of people. He did a lot of things that people never knew he did from the background.
I've always felt like Robert Power was one of the most progressive mayors we've had. He had that very deep bass voice that made him very kingly. He could get things done just by talking, yes.
I'm going to miss him.
We most recently interviewed Robert Power as the city was preparing to implode Texas Stadium, and he reflected on the impact.
Obviously, there's a little nostalgia about it, but it's a time when I feel very proud. I'm proud of what the people of Irving did. We set out a program, and it has all turned out exactly as we predicted that it would. And I'm very happy to have been a part of it, from the start to the finish.
Following his time as mayor, Power remained active in many ways. Among them, he represented Irving on the DART board, served on the Dallas County Community College District Board, and was a charter member of the Irving Heritage Society. Robert Power was 82 years old. In other news, current mayor Beth Van Dyne offered an optimistic view at State of the City. The mayor delivered her annual address at the Irving Convention Center. State of the City is hosted by the Greater Irving Las Colinas Chamber of Commerce. In her remarks, Van Dyne summed up the past year.
While we've had much success, we've also had our fair share of challenges. And we've met those challenges head on, unflinching, and with resolve.
The mayor got specific, talking about accomplishments in the field of infrastructure, education, and even community service. We'll be going in depth on some of those projects a bit later in the show. The mayor also cited a lot of economic development results. Unemployment is down, new home construction is up, and following requests from residents, new grocery stores are in the works. Van Dyne also updated progress on often asked about projects in the urban center. After years of delays, construction is underway on Water Street. And here's what she said about the Irving Music Factory, planned for land near the convention center.
The Irving Music Factory project is progressing after some carefully navigated negotiations on the city's part. For the first time in this project's history, the council unanimously supported an agreement that would gain revenue share for the city. Construction should be completed in early 2017.
Van Dyne recognized Irving Employer City with the Mayor's Award of Excellence. Go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/The City of Irving, to watch the entire program. Just look for State of the City. We are hearing more and more about the Zika virus, and the Dallas County Department of Health and Human Services wants to make sure everyone is paying attention, especially since the county has recorded its first human cases. In one of those, a person contracted the Zika virus through sexual contact with a person who got a mosquito bite in Venezuela. Prior to now, all cases in the U.S. had been people who had traveled to tropical regions and got the virus from an infected mosquito there. The first symptoms of Zika can include fever, rash, joint pain, and red eyes. Usually it's mild, but the biggest concern is for pregnant women. There are no specific medications or vaccines, though a doctor could help treat symptoms. Dallas County says it's important to protect yourself from mosquito bites. The Zika virus, along with chikungunya and dengue, are endemic to tropical regions such as Central and South America and the Caribbean. Last year in Dallas County, there were 8 imported cases of chikungunya and 2 imported cases of dengue. Let's shift the focus now to an incredibly generous donation, $12 million. The gift helped lead to a new building at the University of Dallas. We have the story behind the big gift and a look inside the new digs. That's the ribbon cutting celebrating a big addition to the University of Dallas.
I'm extraordinarily excited. This is the first new academic building on the campus of the University of Dallas in 40 years.
It's SB Hall, home to the Satish and Yasmin Gupta College of Business.
45,000 square feet, $17 million.
It's an incredible experience for the students.
More on the features inside in a minute. First, the record-setting gift that made it possible. A huge crowd turned out to hear the story.
I came from 10,000 miles away with very thick Indian accent, which hasn't gone anywhere.
Satish Gupta and wife Yasmin will always remember their warm welcome to the country and city, all at the University of Dallas about 35 years ago.
It was like walking into our very own global village, right here in Irving.
In addition to taking business classes, Yasmin worked in the school's philosophy department.
I used the typewriter in the philosophy department to type up the business plan and other documents for Satish to start SB International,
which is now a multi-billion-dollar company, and they started in the philosophy department at the University of Dallas.
The company makes steel for the oil industry. Even with all of their success and experiences, they never forgot where they learned about business and how they got started, all with the priest
who let us use this typewriter. I wish he knew and would have put some kind of royalty. I don't know how rich he would have been today.
But they found another way to give back. In 2013, they donated $12 million, which when combined with other gifts, makes this opening possible.
To Satish and Yasmin Gupta and the leadership and the courage to help the university realize its potential. To you.
The celebration moved inside, where we heard from one of their former classmates.
We were at the university together, yes.
You remember those days of typewriters and kind of humble beginnings?
They were very funny. They were funny. They're still funny. Yeah, they were just young and very ambitious.
35 years back, I could have never imagined that Satish and me could do something like this for our university.
It was memories of all those years ago that led to this gift. Memories that came back all too vividly during a return visit.
I was invited as a keynote speaker for the graduation back about 4 or 5 years back. And I was really surprised to see nothing had happened on this campus.
It was like we were frozen back 35 years back. And that's when we both started thinking that, we wanted to do something in the community right here.
While the campus stayed the same, the city of Irving was booming around it. Now, a third-floor balcony at SB Hall provides beautiful views of the business centers of Las Colinas and downtown Dallas.
The University of Dallas is one of the finest academic institutions in Texas. We're now starting to look like it.
Education has changed so much so that now we have many more cubicles, workstations, and areas for them to gather that we didn't have before.
Lots and lots of breakout rooms for students and faculty to gather together. We have an executive board room for our advisory boards to get together with, as well as our capstone teams.
We also got a look at the classrooms and a trading lab for some real-life financial lessons.
We have a student management investment fund, and students manage real dollars. It makes a big difference as opposed to monopoly money. It's also in a hallmark of the building where everyone can see what's going on in the market.
Given the history, there's maybe only one thing missing: no typewriter.
No typewriter.
But the Guptas hope students will discover the same lessons they have learned in business. For one, they warn against greed.
It's very easy to get that line crossed, where is a good competition becomes a greed.
Never feel scared of failure.
If I can do it, anybody else can do it.
And just keep doing the right thing.
More powerful than those words may be their actions, having donated millions.
I think it's an example of what an education does for someone and what they can do to give back to the greater good for the next generation of our leaders.
It's philanthropy and paying it forward.
And the Guptas are not slowing their generosity. Satish is now revealing what's next.
We plan to take one more project across the street from here, which will be a non-profit. And now that this project is over, we like to do something for the Indian community, Asian community. That will be our next project in Irving.
For now, there is still a lot to celebrate in what they have already done here at the University of Dallas.
They've proven themselves to be the greatest givers, and they just love this community.
I love Irving, I love Dallas. We have been here for 35 years, so I feel blessed that I'm able to give back to this community that was so good to us.
Really some great views from there, and the University of Dallas says it is pursuing LEED certification for the building. That's a distinction that recognizes efficiency and environmentally friendly features. Here's some welcome news for drivers. Construction on MacArthur Boulevard is winding down. The section from Grawweiler Road to State Highway 183 has been the focus of work for a while as crews moved a big water line to make way for the expansion of 183. In addition, the city's capital improvement team oversaw some stormwater drainage improvements, and power lines that used to cross MacArthur are now underground. The team expects work to be complete by the end of February. People interested in running for city council must file paperwork by Friday, February 19th. Packets are available in the city secretary's office and at cityofirving.org. Place 2 is at large, meaning candidates may live anywhere in Irving. Places 1 and 7 are single-member districts. Candidates in those races are required to have lived in their respective district for at least a year. Here are some dates to keep in mind. Early voting runs April 25th through May 3rd. Election Day is May 7th. The City Secretary's office can answer election questions. That number is 972-721-2493. Irving residents have a chance to learn skills that could be important in an emergency. As you see in this archive video, members of CERT, or the Community Emergency Response Team, are trained to be self-sufficient for up to 72 hours following a major incident. They also learn how to help first responders. Irving's Office of Emergency Management is offering a free 2-day course in conjunction with the City of Southlake and Northlake College. The classes are April 16th and 23rd. Register at cityofirving.org/2089/CERT. Participants must attend both days to earn the certification. Now, here are some things I think we can all agree are pretty noble: helping the disabled, supporting injured veterans, and loving cute puppies. All of those things come together at a new facility in Irving, and people who work there are hoping more local residents will get involved. We caught up with workers and volunteers. Meet Kincaid, the adorable new addition to the Murphy household, which already has a family dog and 2 cats.
Oh, that's Stanley, and Stanley's not supposed to be on the counter.
Kincaid is plenty of fun, and he is different from their other pets.
He's got a better destiny one day.
The Murphys got this puppy through Canine Companions for Independence, which recently opened a new location in Irving. It matches specially trained dogs with wounded warriors, special needs children, and others who could use the help of a dog. But a lot happens before those dogs are ready to work. Here's where it begins. The Murphys volunteered to be puppy raisers.
Volunteer puppy raisers are these really incredible people. They take an 8-week-old puppy and they keep them in their home for 1.5 years, and they do all the hard work of potty training them. teaching them the basic commands.
That was a good sit.
So they really lay a foundation for our dogs that are going to go on to help somebody with a disability.
At this early stage, the Murphys are working to get Kincaid to recognize his name.
Good. As soon as he looks me in the eyes, he gets a treat.
It's been exciting. He's pretty quiet, the first few weeks, and now he's kind of starting to be a puppy.
He's fun to have around. I mean, I can't wait till he gets bigger and I can start taking him out into the pool and start swimming with him when he's older.
You ready? Go get it. Go get it. Good boy. Bring it here. Bring it here. Good. Yep. Oh.
Always fun to watch, but the training is not always this active.
And I just want to watch TV and kind of chill for a little bit. Then I just sit here and we practice cradling. Good boy. And then this just gives me a chance to watch TV. It teaches him to relax. Canine Companions really likes for their puppies to learn a good cradle. This allows people to trim his nails, brush his teeth.
And as we can see, no one has to worry about their family dog named Tug feeling left out.
Here's my boy.
Hey, I've been wanting to meet you.
Kincaid got to meet his namesake, U.S. District Judge Ed Kincaid, at Canine Companions in Irving. The judge is credited with leading the push to get this campus in Texas.
You're the real Kincaid, and I'll try not to embarrass you, okay?
Kincaid, the canine, and his family come back here for regular classes during the 18 months that they raise him.
They even tell you what to expect at certain ages. Your puppy should be doing this, or don't be surprised if your puppy is doing this, so that kind of stuff is wonderful. They really help you a lot.
The new Irving campus is the first of its kind in this part of the country.
We just couldn't have asked for a better welcome from the area.
And now Canine Companions is hoping more local families will want to raise puppies.
We have a big need for our assistance dogs here in the state of Texas, and so all of the dogs that are placed in Texas are also raised in Texas, which means we need a lot of volunteers to raise those puppies.
In fact, people in need of a fully trained assistance dog are put on a waiting list that can be up to 2 years. So getting more puppy raisers could only help.
We have a pretty wide range of puppy raising families, whether it's young professional couples, families with kids, recent retirees, or empty nesters.
Puppy program manager Becca Bell hears inspiring success stories.
We had one little girl who suffered from a rare type of seizure disorder, and so her hands were just clenched all the time. And no matter what type of therapy they tried, they couldn't get her to relax her hands. And within 2 days of being matched up with her Canine Companions dog, she had relaxed her hands so that she could stroke the dog's fur.
And sure, there are plenty of cute moments with a puppy full of energy.
Go drive by, huh?
And maybe even some mischief with a microphone.
They're just going.
But without a doubt, the hardest moment comes at the end of 18 months.
It's really hard to turn a puppy in.
The Murphys have raised 3 other puppies, including Earl here. The family has learned a lot.
Our first puppy was our hardest. He really was. Not hard to train, but hardest to give up.
And you're gonna make me cry already, but I was very attached to him. Still am, I guess.
They get progress reports on Tyler and know he's now helping a special needs child do things he would have never done alone.
Once we found out who Tyler's new owners are and how much value he brings to the little boy that he serves, oh, it's wonderful. Sit. Good.
It's too early to say where Kincaid will be placed. After he is raised here, he goes back to Canine Companions for about 6 months of advanced training. Hallow has completed that training and is ready to go to work.
Yeah, good job.
There are always more lessons to learn.
We do have to kind of keep the dog's interest. She's been pushing drawers for about 5 months now, so she's like, oh, this is easy stuff. Yeah, a lot of people worry that these guys don't get any free time to just be a dog, but they certainly do.
Not every dog passes the training, and those that don't are put up for adoption.
Not all of them are cut out for it, and that's okay.
My second puppy that I raised, she just didn't want to work. She would kind of shut down, become overwhelmed, and again, I love this program because they don't force the dogs to do something that they don't want to do.
Oh, you just think about him helping somebody.
Everyone seems to have high hopes for Kincaid. Back at home with the Murphys,
we love our dogs. They bring unbelievable amount of enjoyment and fulfillment to our lives.
And having the campus in Irving makes it easier for them to stay involved.
It was kind of fun going to California, though.
For now, they are loving the time they have with Kincaid.
They come out of their shell and become a puppy.
It's going to be hard giving him up, though. He's stinking cute.
But they also focus on his potential and can only imagine the lives he may impact in just a couple of years.
When you see who they go to and you see how much they're helping somebody, it's all worthwhile.
Yeah, really incredible and a lot of fun to see that work. Canine Companions is hosting an open house on Saturday, February 27th. It starts with a continental breakfast at 9:30 and then includes panel discussions and tours. Register for that open house and learn about volunteer opportunities at cci.org. The city's new aquatics program for children with special needs will have its second session on February 14th. It's called Aqua Stars and gives the young people a chance to enjoy the water with their caregivers. For now, it's at the Heritage Aquatic Center and it's expected to move outdoors to the West Irving Aquatic Center in the summer. Here are some of the upcoming dates for Aqua Stars. It starts at 11:30 a.m. on those days. Aqua Stars cost $1. Admit it, most of us have already given up on our New Year's resolutions, but if yours involved getting fit, here's a fun way. It's called Pickleball, and people who play believe it's the best sport out there.
It's the surging sport with the ear-catching, unforgettable name.
Pickleball, pickleball, pickleball.
Players now dedicated to the game admit their first response to hearing that name.
I thought,
What in the heck is that? That's what my question was.
They laugh. Pickleball, what's pickleball?
Patsy Wilson has explained it plenty. She is a pickleball ambassador through a national organization.
Sounds like I'm really somebody.
She is pushing to expand the sport in Irving. So people should know about pickleball.
Yeah, they should, but it's just really gotten started in the Metroplex.
This informal group recently added weekly matches at Cimarron Park Recreation Center in Valley Ranch after several years playing at Center Park Rec Center in South Irving.
We call it the senior tennis game. It's the same concept of tennis, but we don't have to run quite as much.
It's drawn off like a tennis court, except it's third the size.
And it's played with a wiffle ball. So when you get hit, it doesn't hurt quite as badly.
But don't take that to mean it's easy.
I've played some 70, close to 80-year-olds that have put the whooping on me.
Julian Hernandez is among several here who even travel to tournaments to compete.
I had a lot of friends of mine that have retired and, said they're not going to do anything. Actually, their health gets worse, so my purpose is to stay healthy, keep weight in check.
This is my first time on a pickleball court, and I don't know anything about the rules, or I'm a tennis player.
Peggy McGee must have liked the experience because she came back the following week.
I need to stay active so I can still move because, I'm at the age where I have a little arthritis and that sort of thing, and so the exercise, the movement is good for me, I think.
It's active. It is very active. I think actually it's more of a workout than tennis sometimes. Health-wise, it has helped me tremendously. I was able to lose weight without changing anything, especially my eating.
Nora Franco lost 15 pounds since she started playing.
I love it. I'm addicted to it.
But she's a bit embarrassed to confess how addicted.
6 days a week.
You laugh? Why do you laugh?
Well, because pickleball has consumed me.
She plays at every Irving match and travels to neighboring cities for more pickleball. She's not the only one.
Play at Center Park twice a week, and now we have this on Wednesdays, so it's just great.
I usually just play 2 to 3 times a week. It takes me about a day or two to recuperate after playing for 4 or 5 hours.
And they find something else here just as invigorating as the physical activity.
The friendships that you develop.
The camaraderie, the laughter.
I didn't know any of these ladies that we get together, before now. That's another great thing about this. You got exercise, competition, friendships form. It's social. You've got everything.
That everything includes this.
On Fridays, we go have margaritas after playing pickleball. I don't know if you want to put that down.
And there is even more to tell. Though there are several tales, we got one account of the source of that odd name, pickleball.
The gentleman that invented the game had a dog named Pickle.
While they're playing ball in the backyard, Pickles would grab the ball and run with it, so they named it pickleball.
It's a name, it's a sport, it's fine.
By sharing everything about the game, the group hopes more people will discover the sport they have come to love.
It's free, and I'll give lessons for free. And you can play as much or as little as you want. You can take a break if you need to, but, it's got variety.
just be prepared to get addicted, because you will. And once people play it, they don't want to quit.
As long as you're moving and active, then you're going to feel younger and you're going to act younger.
I'll do it as long as I can.
Nobody should be intimidated by pickleball. I mean, look at the name. What, is that intimidating? Pickleball.
Staying fit and making friends. The results of these players' pickleball pursuit.
We love the game, and we know other people will love the game.
And it was fun. Even some of our crew tried it out. And it's time now to head out to the Animal Care campus. Intern JP has our Pets of the Week.
Thanks, Thomas. We're here at the Irving Animal Care campus. We're here with Marissa from Animal Care Services. Who do we have here?
This is Shiloh.
Shiloh. Now, how old is Shiloh?
She's 13 years old.
She's 13, so she's getting pretty old there. Give me what's her personality like?
Very sweet, very loving, loves to give kisses.
Does she still have a bit of energy, or is she getting kind of...
She's got a lot of energy.
All right, and who do we have here?
This is Speedy.
Speedy. Now, what kind of breed is Speedy?
He's a Chihuahua short coat.
Chihuahua short coat. What's his personality like?
He's a little skittish, but once you get to know him and once he gets to know you, he's a lot more open.
I'm assuming he has a lot of built-up energy in there? Or?
Yeah, pretty much. He's got lots of energy. He's 8 months old.
So he's still a little puppy. And who do we have here?
This is S'mores, a 1-year-old guinea pig.
Now, what's the difference between taking care of a guinea pig and a puppy?
Not very much a difference. All you're just doing is just cleaning out the cages if you would here.
Is he squirmy? Like, does he run around a lot?
He's a little squirmy, but he gets used to you. He likes to cuddle a lot.
All right, and we also have a special coming up, right, Marissa?
Yeah, that would be our Valentine's Day special, which would be February the 13th, $14 adoptions that day.
There you go. If you want to adopt any of these great pets, come down to the Animal Care campus.
All right, thanks a lot. The Animal Care campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Also, check out the websites you see on the screen. The Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau is sharing new results about the impact of the hospitality industry. We'll have reaction on the next City Source. Also, the one thing pet owners can do that can keep their dogs and cats out of the animal shelter if they ever wander off. Important information to protect your pets next time. Email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. We may read some of your messages here on the show, or you can always comment on our videos at youtube.com/thecityofirving. And that's it for this edition of City Source. We leave you now with more from our Canine Companions story. Thanks to everyone who was a part of this one, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.